Relationship problems can get in the way of you building your wealth, building your empire, accomplishing your goals. Most of us, let's just start with the basics. Most of you, give me a yes if you've ever been in a situation in a relationship where fighting caused you to miss a meeting, maybe arguing caused you to miss an opportunity, fighting with a partner caused you to miss out on some money. I can just tell on myself, and I can just think of a time when I was in my 20s where we had a big relationship blow up, and it was the day before a really important thing I had to do, and it all got messed up because I carried that negative energy with me into what I was doing. And so this is huge in terms of the wealth building process. I've seen people lose out on $1 million because of a relationship issue. I can think of times where I did business with someone, and one time in particular, I was doing business with this lady, and I was going to pay her to do a project, and we agreed on the price and everything else. And her husband, I think because her husband, I don't know if her husband was insecurely threatened by my mere existence. I wasn't trying to holler at his wife, none of this stuff. But sometimes you know how the little men are. The little men, they get threatened when they see a solid man come around. And I don't try to do this. I don't try to intimidate anybody. But you know what it is, well, who's he and whether right? And really, that's their insecurity kind of showing. We've seen this, right? Don't be insecure. It makes you look incredibly unattractive. It really is gonna a great way to ruin your relationship. But so he comes in and he jumps in the middle of the negotiation. He's like, "You should be getting this much," and so she doubles the price because her husband told her to. And I'm like, "Oh, you doubled the price? Okay, okay, okay. Well, I can't double the price, but I can increase it." And then her husband's making all these demands, and we need this, and we need this, and we need this, and we need this. And I'm like, "Okay, well, that's making it tough for me to do business with you." But I stuck with it. I stuck with it. I paid the money. I paid it a lot of it up front. I did my part. Well, by the time the project got done, because her husband claimed that we can do this and we can do that, they didn't deliver on half of the things that they promised me they were going to do. It was terrible. It was wasted money. I literally had to throw the whole project in the garbage, lost thousands of dollars because they just didn't show up in a professional way. And so years later, I saw the same lady, and somebody said, "Yeah, she'd like to do business with you." I said, "No, I can't because I spent all this money and they didn't follow their. I did my part. I paid the money. They didn't do their part. They didn't deliver." And she's like, "No, no, no, but she's divorced. It was her husband's fault. And her husband did this and did that. And now she's divorced her husband. Now she's moved on and now she's ready to work with you again." And I'm like, "I'm sorry, I can't do that. I can't afford to. This was thousands of dollars that I spent. I didn't get what I was looking for. Her husband messed her up." Her husband, and so sometimes when you have the wrong person in your corner, this is why I wish that we took in seriously things like meditation or the ability to avoid instant gratification, because relationships trick you by instant gratification, the dopamine, and then eventually the oxytocin and vasopressin and all these other chemicals in your brain cause you to make incredibly illogical decisions. And what can happen is when you're out here trying to get things done, you got a baboon next to you. You got a clown or a loud crazy woman or somebody who doesn't appreciate or respect what you're trying to accomplish. They can not just ruin your business; they can ruin your reputation. I know people who've been killed by their partners. I know these things, right? Male and female.